Hey everybody, it's me, Thomas. I hope everybody's doing well during this time of crisis. I'm hanging in there, and I am very saddened to hear that school is out. And first, I just want to thank everybody for a great senior year. Especially, I had a great time leading FCA with Michaela, and I wish we could have finished it off this year, but thank y'all. And I was asked to do a little devotion, and I thought, what is more better to read than a city that was filled with nothing but sin, and that was Sodom and Gomorrah. And I'm sorry for y'all who are not big Bible readers when it comes to devotions, but I love it because I feel like the best way to get to somebody with Jesus is through the word of Jesus. And even though this was in Genesis, but if you have your Bible, I'm going to be reading Genesis chapter 18, verse 16 through 33. And this is pretty much from the conversation of Abraham with the Lord trying to spare the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. So here we go. Then the men got up from their meal and looked out towards Sodom. As they left, Abraham went with them to send them on their way. Should I hide my plan from Abraham, the Lord asked. For Abraham will certainly become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth will be blessed through him. I've singled him out so that he will direct his sons and their families to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just. Then I will do for Abraham all that I have promised. So the Lord told Abraham, I have heard a great outcry from Sodom and Gomorrah because of their sin is so flagrant. I'm going down to see if their actions are as wicked as I have heard. If not, I want to know. The other men turned and headed towards Sodom, but the Lord remained with Abraham. Abraham approached him and said, Will you sweep away both the righteous and the wicked? Suppose you find 50 righteous people living in the city. Will you still sweep it away and not spare it for their sakes? Surely you wouldn't do such a thing, destroying the righteous city along with the wicked. Why would you be treating the righteous and the wicked exactly the same? Surely you wouldn't do that. Should not the judge of all the earth do what is right? So here, pretty much right now, the Lord is being talked to by Abraham. Abraham is begging him to stop the holy and the righteous people from being destroyed. I know, and there's a bug. And so Abraham just wants the people who do not deserve to be killed, and the people who do not deserve to be justified. He does not want them to be hurt or harmed. And so the Lord promises that if there are 50 people, then he will not harm the 50. And then, all right, continuing. And the Lord replied, If I find 50 righteous people in Sodom, I will spare the entire city for their sake. So then he says he won't destroy the city for those 50 people. Then Abraham spoke again. Since I have begun, let me speak further to my Lord. Even though I am but dust and ashes, suppose there are only 45 righteous people rather than 50. Will you destroy the whole city alive? Then the Lord said, I will not destroy it if I find 45 righteous people. So he lowers it. Then Abraham pressed his request further. Suppose there are only 40. And the Lord replied, I will not destroy it if there are 40. Please do not be angry, my Lord, Abraham pleaded, but let me speak. Suppose only 30 righteous people are found. And the Lord replied, I will not destroy it if I find 30. Then Abraham said, Suppose I have dared to speak to the Lord. Let me continue. Suppose there are only 20. Then the Lord replied, Then I will not destroy it for the sake of the 20. Finally, Abraham said, Lord, please don't be angry with me if I speak one more time. Suppose only 10 are found there. And the Lord replied, Then I will not destroy it for the sake of the 10. When the Lord had finished his conversation with Abraham, he went on his way, and Abraham returned to his tent. So, pretty much all this really talks about is, even though Abraham is having a conversation with the Lord, and we can't do that necessarily face to face today, but we can do that through the power of prayer. And there's not a better time for prayer than now, even though we should be doing it all the time. But right now is a time where we really need prayer, and also this is a time this is a time where people are not everybody is necessarily the holiest. And so you could say that earth right now is Sodom and Gomorrah, and that there's only a limited number of people who are holy or righteous in there. And we just need prayer to help us get through this time of crisis. And that's pretty much all I have to say. It's simple. I'm not going into much details. I'm just reading off the word and saying what needs to be done and how that affects now, how the Bible affects us today. So, if I do not do another devotion, I want to thank y'all again for everything. I've had a great senior year. And if people are wondering, my knee is doing great right now. Just a little bit longer. I thank y'all again. I love y'all. God bless.